The rupee just hit a historic low. And if you think that's just a number some economist cares about, stick around. Because this one is landing directly in your pocket. Here's where we are right now. The rupee closed at 94.25 rupees per US dollar, a historic low. And it's dangerously close to breaching the 95 rupees all-time low mark. At the same time, Brent crude, the global benchmark for oil prices, is sitting at $104 per barrel, driven up by an escalating conflict in West Asia. These two facts are not a coincidence. They are directly, mechanically connected. See, India imports roughly 85% of its oil. Every single barrel has to be paid for in US dollars. So when oil prices spike like this, Indian companies and the government suddenly need a massive flood of dollars to cover those bills. More dollar demand, same amount of dollars in the system. The rupee loses value. Simple as that. Think of it like your household running almost entirely on imported cooking oil. Now imagine that oil suddenly costs double. Your entire monthly budget just got torched. Less for everything else. That is exactly what is happening to India's economy right now at scale. And the data is screaming about it. The statistical correlation between oil prices and the rupee exchange rate hit 44% in April 2026. To put that in perspective, this same correlation peaked at 55% back in July 2025 during the US-India tariff wars. So we are genuinely approaching historically stressed territory again. Now you might be thinking, can't the RBI just step in and fix this? Fair question. The RBI has loosened forex norms to improve dollar liquidity, which helps at the margins. But here's the hard truth. No central bank on the planet can reverse a supply-side oil shock. When the world is physically short on oil and prices are surging, you cannot print your way out of it. On top of that, foreign portfolio investors, the big global funds parking money in Indian stocks and bonds, are pulling out, creating even more dollar demand and dragging the rupee lower. This is not a temporary blip. This is a structural storm building in real time. So now that you know what's happening and why, the real question is, who actually gets hit the hardest? Because not every business feels this the same way. That's next. Now here's the part most people miss. Not everyone's losing here. Some businesses are quietly making a killing. And they haven't done a single thing differently. Basically, think about it this way. If you earn in dollars but spend in rupees, a weaker rupee is basically a silent pay raise. Nobody promoted you, nobody gave you a better contract, but your bank account just got fatter. That's exactly what's happening for IT companies like TCS and Infosys right now. They bill clients in dollars, convert back to rupees, and at 94 rupees per dollar instead of 83 rupees per dollar, every single $1 million they earn is now worth 94 lakh rupees instead of 83 lakh rupees. That's 11 lakh rupees extra. Just sitting there, courtesy of the exchange rate. And on the screen right now, you can see exactly that. 11 lakh rupees extra per $1 million at the 94 rupees rate versus the 83 rupees rate. Pharma exporters like Sun Pharma get the same tailwind. Textile exporters too. Their dollar revenues are converting into fatter rupee margins without lifting a finger. And if you're an NRI sending money home, your family is getting more rupees per dollar transferred right now than they were a year ago. That's a real, tangible boost to household income. And as you can see on screen, remittance recipients are quietly on the winning side of this trade. Now, domestic oil producers like ONGC and Oil India are also gaining since higher crude prices mean higher realizations per barrel. But watch out, because the government has a habit of slapping windfall taxes on exactly this kind of excess profit, so their gains could get trimmed. Then there's the other side of this, and it's a longer list. Oil marketing companies. IOC, BPCL, HPCL are getting absolutely squeezed. They buy crude at global prices, but they often sell fuel at government-controlled rates. So their margins just evaporate. Airlines like Indigo and SpiceJet, jet fuel is their single biggest cost. And at $104 a barrel, every flight is bleeding more than before, with very limited room to immediately pass that pain on to passengers. And auto and FMCG companies are taking a double hit. Imported components cost more, and inflation is quietly eating into the spending power of the very consumers they're trying to sell to. So now you know which camp you're in. The next question is, what does all of this actually mean for you, your wallet, and the broader economy? That's exactly where we're headed next. So where does this leave you? Because knowing why the rupee is falling is one thing. Knowing what to do about it is what actually matters. Think of oil and the rupee as a seesaw. Oil goes up, rupee goes down. Simple, brutal, predictable. Right now that seesaw is tilted hard, with Brent crude at $104 a barrel and the rupee sitting at 94.25 rupees. And if the West Asia conflict keeps escalating and crude pushes toward $110 to $115 a barrel, our infographic tells you exactly what happens next. The rupee likely breaches 95 rupees, a level India has never crossed. That's not a prophecy, but it is absolutely a scenario you should be stress testing your business against right now. Then there's the RBI. Yes, they've relaxed forex norms, eased some liquidity. But here's the cold truth our second infographic makes clear. RBI policy cannot reverse a supply-side currency shock. When the pressure is coming from oil markets and geopolitics, not from domestic monetary conditions, the central bank simply cannot bail you out on import costs. That buffer has to come from you. So what does that actually look like if you're an exporter? IT, pharma, textiles. This moment is quietly your friend. Locking in forward contracts today means you're selling dollars at current rates before the rupee potentially recovers. If you're an importer, the opposite applies. Hedge your dollar exposure now before the rupee slides further and eats your margin alive. And if you're holding equity in import-heavy sectors, read the room. IVIA outflows are already putting pressure on the indices. This is a moment for caution, not aggression. Bottom line, this isn't a blip you wait out. It's a structural shift. Map your dollar exposure honestly, hedge where you can, and start rethinking how dependent your supply chain really is on imports. The storm is here. The only question is whether your business is built to navigate it. Follow us for more updates like this. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and X.